The Walrus operator. Python assignment expressions. Each new version of Python adds new features to the language. For Python 3.8, the biggest change was the addition of assignment expressions. Specifically, the operator gives you a new syntax for assigning variables in the middle of expressions. This operator is colloquially known as the Walrus operator. This video course is an in-depth introduction to the Walrus operator. You will learn some of the motivations for the syntax update and explore some examples where assignment expressions can be useful. In this video course, you'll learn how to identify the Walrus operator and understand its meaning, understand use cases for the Walrus operator, avoid repetitive code by using the Walrus operator, convert between code using the Walrus operator and code using other assignment methods, understand the impact on backwards compatibility when using the Walrus operator, and use appropriate style in your assignment expressions. So now you know what you're going to cover, let's get started by looking at the fundamentals of the Walrus operator. Walrus operator fundamentals. All of the code seen in this course was run using Python 3.9, but as mentioned in the introduction, the Walrus operator was introduced in Python 3.8, so as long as you have Python 3.8 or later, you should be good to go. If you don't already have Python 3.8 installed but you do have Docker available, a quick way to start working with Python 3.8 is to run one of the official Docker images using the code seen on screen. This will download and run the latest stable release version of Python 3.8. For more information, see Run Python versions in Docker, how to try the latest Python release. Let's start with some different terms that programmers use to refer to this new syntax. The operator seen on screen is officially known as the assignment expression operator. During early discussions, it was dubbed the Walrus operator because the syntax resembles the eyes and tusks of a sideways walrus. You may also see this operator referred to as the : operator or named expressions. In the next section, you'll take a look at how to start using the Walrus operator. Hello, Walrus. Often the best way to get a handle on a new idea in Python is to use the REPL. In this video course, you'll see the Bpython enhanced REPL being used because it offers color coding, command completion, and other benefits. All the code which is entered in this course is standard Python, and you can do so in the standard Python REPL, which is typically accessed from your command line by typing Python or Python 3. This first line is a traditional assignment statement where the value false is assigned to the Walrus variable. It can be inspected by typing the variable's name in the REPL, and the value is returned. Here, it's false. Next, an assignment expression is used to assign the value true to Walrus. Once again, we can inspect the value of Walrus by typing its name in the REPL. And it returns the value true. You might be wondering why parentheses are needed for this second version, and you'll learn why later on in the course. There's a subtle but important difference between the two types of assignments just seen. An assignment expression returns the value, while the traditional assignment doesn't. You may have noticed this earlier in the REPL code seen on screen when the Walrus example was entered and the value true was returned. You can see another important aspect about the Walrus operator in this example. Although it might look new, the Walrus operator doesn't do anything that isn't possible without it. It just makes certain constructs more convenient and can sometimes communicate the intent of your code more clearly. Now you have a basic idea of what the Walrus operator is and what it can do. It's an operator used in assignment expressions which can return the value being assigned, unlike traditional assignment statements. In the next section, you'll get deeper and really learn about the Walrus operator, firstly by seeing the motivation behind its introduction. Motivation. In many languages, including C and its derivatives, assignment statements function as expressions. This can be both very powerful and a source of confusing bugs. For example, the code seen on screen is valid C, but it doesn't execute as intended. Here, if x equals y will evaluate to true, and the code snippet will print out x and y are equal. Is this the result you were expecting? You were trying to compare x and y. How did the value of x change from 3 to 8? The problem here is that you're using the assignment operator, a single equals sign, instead of the equality comparison operator, two equals signs. In C, x equals y is an expression that evaluates to the value of y. In this example, x equals y is evaluated at 8, which is considered true in the context of the statement. Take a look at the corresponding example in Python. This code raises a syntax error. Unlike the C example, this Python code gives you an explicit error instead of a bug. The distinction between assignment statements and assignment expressions in Python is useful in order to avoid these kind of hard-to-find bugs. Pep572 argued that Python is better suited to having different syntax for assignment statements and expressions instead of turning the existing assignment statements into expressions. One design principle underpinning the Walrus operator is that there are no identical code contexts where both an assignment statement using the equals operator and an assignment expression using the colon equals operator would be valid. For example, you can't do a plain assignment with the Walrus operator. In many cases, you can add parentheses around the assignment expression to make it valid Python. Writing a traditional assignment statement with equals is not allowed inside such parentheses. This helps you catch potential bugs. In the next section of the course, you'll see some typical use cases for the Walrus operator. Walrus operator use cases. In the next sections of the course, you'll see several examples where the Walrus operator can simplify your code. A general theme in all these examples is that you'll avoid different kinds of repetition. Repeated function calls can make your code slower than necessary. Repeated statements can make your code hard to maintain. Repeated calls that exhaust iterators can make your code overly complex. You'll see how the Walrus operator can help in each of these situations, starting with debugging. Debugging. Arguably, one of the best use cases for the Walrus operator is when debugging complex expressions. Let's say you want to find the distance between two locations along the Earth's surface. One way to do this is to use the Haversine formula, which is seen on screen. Here, phi represents the latitude and lambda represents the longitude of each location. To demonstrate this formula, you can calculate the distance between Oslo and Vancouver. As you can see, the distance between the two cities is just under 7,200 kilometers. Note that Python source code is typically written using UTF-8 Unicode, and this allows you to use Greek letters such as phi and lambda in your code. This Wikipedia page shows some alternatives for using Unicode on your system, and the included course files contain the characters if you want to copy and paste them into your REPL. Let's say you need to double-check your implementation and want to see how much the Haversine terms contribute to the final result. You could copy and paste the term from your main code to evaluate it separately. However, you could also use the Walrus operator to give a name to the sub-expression you're interested in. The advantage of using the Walrus operator here is that you calculate the value of the full expression and keep track of the value phi have at the same time. This allows you to confirm that you didn't introduce any errors while debugging. Now that you've seen the Walrus operator in action in a debugging context, next you'll see it being used with lists and dictionaries.